In this video, I'll guide you through how to use MCP servers in Cursor.AI. Whether you're just getting started with Cursor or you've been using it for a while and want to unlock more advanced features, this walkthrough will help you set things up in a clear and straightforward way. First, let's talk briefly about what MCP servers are in the context of Cursor.AI. MCP, or Model Context Protocol, is a way for Cursor to connect to external tools or services so the AI can access more information or capabilities while you're coding. By adding an MCP server, you're essentially giving Cursor a new plugin it can talk to using a standard protocol. This can be incredibly helpful if you want Cursor to integrate with your own tools, custom backends, or other services. To get started, open the Cursor application on your computer. Make sure you're running a reasonably up-to-date version because MCP support is usually found in the more recent builds. Once Cursor is open, look toward the sidebar or the menu controls where your main options live. Next, you'll need to navigate into the settings. In Cursor, find the settings area, then look for the features section. Inside features, there's a specific subsection labeled MCP. This is where all of your Model Context Protocol servers are managed. Go ahead and open that MCP settings page so you can see any existing servers you may already have configured and the options to add new ones. Now you're ready to add a new server. In the MCP section, click the option that says Add New MCP Server. This will usually open a small form or configuration panel where you define how Cursor should talk to the server. Take a moment to look over the fields so you know what information you'll need. One of the key choices you'll make here is the transport type. This tells Cursor how to communicate with the MCP server. Common options you might see include STDIO, which is standard input and output, and SSE, which stands for server sent events. If you're running a local tool or a command line program that speaks MCP, you'll often use STDIO. If you're connecting to a remote web service that exposes MCP over HTTP, SSE might be the appropriate choice. If you're not sure which to pick, check the documentation for the MCP server you're trying to connect to. It will usually specify the correct transport type. After choosing the transport, give your MCP server a clear and descriptive name. This name is what you'll see inside Cursor when you want to use the server, so choose something that helps you remember its purpose, like Local Tools Server or Docs Helper. A good naming convention will make things easier later if you end up adding multiple servers. Then, depending on the transport type you selected, you'll either enter a command or a server URL. For STDIO, this might be a command that Cursor can run on your system, such as a script or executable that starts your MCP-compatible tool. Make sure this command works if you run it yourself in a terminal before wiring it into Cursor. For SSE, you'll typically enter the full URL where your MCP server is hosted. This could be a local address, like one running on your machine, or a remote address provided by a service you're using. Always double check the URL for accuracy, including the protocol, such as HTTP or HTTPS. Once you've filled in the transport type, name, and either the command or server URL, you're ready to save. Look for the Save or Confirm button in the MCP configuration panel and click it. Cursor will store this configuration and, in many cases, attempt to connect to the server right away. If everything is set up correctly, the new server should now appear in your list of MCP servers ready for use within your coding sessions. That's all you need to do to use MCP servers in Cursor.AI. By opening Cursor, going into Settings, navigating to Features, and then MCP, adding a new server, choosing the appropriate transport, naming it clearly, and entering the correct command or URL, you can extend what Cursor's AI can do and tailor it to your own workflows.